I'm gonna share with you a brand new repeatable process I'm using right now to consistently get YouTube videos to show up on Google. And I'll prove it first by showing you videos that are actually ranking on Google right now. So right here, this is a keyword, how to get access to advanced features on YouTube. So how do we know that it's something that actually gets searched? We're looking for if it auto-populates when we type it in. So as you can see right here, when I hit space, you can see it's automatically showing up right there. So if I click on this, we're gonna see if my video actually shows up on Google. Okay, so let's scroll down. And as you can see right here, there's my video showing up. And as long as my video actually serves the purpose that they were looking for, then it's gonna align well. All right, so that's the first result. Now we're gonna go right here. Should I pay to promote my YouTube channel? So I'm gonna click on that one and we're gonna see if my video pops up. So let's scroll down. Let's see. Okay, boom, right there. There's the video category and there's my other video. Should I pay to promote my YouTube channel? Bam, right there. So now let's go to another one. How to find YouTube 1099 form. All right, so let's see if my video, oh, look, check it out. Look at that. In the AI overview, because this is another thing, videos can rank through Google and show up on AI overview as well. So now you can show up with AI. All right, so now if we click here, show more, boom, look at my video right there in the AI overview, and it's big, so it's kind of hard to miss it. So you can start to see the power of ranking your stuff on Google. All right, so let's scroll down to make sure to see if it's actually showing up down here. All right, there it is. So now we're gonna do this for this one, how to do SEO for YouTube Shorts. Click on this one. Oh, there it is, another one, AI overview. There's my video. This is a YouTube short. So this is a confirmation that not only can you rank long videos, you can actually rank YouTube shorts and drive traffic like that as well, all right? Now let's scroll down to see if it shows down here at the bottom. Let's get past all of that. So you see how much time it took us to get past that. So like if you could really position your stuff, you could show up at the top. All right, so let's see. Oh, there we go. There's my short right here. And sometimes they have like a shorts video category down here. Let me see if that's present. All right, so I don't see that one on this one, but typically they'll have a shorts video, and any type of short form videos can show up there, like TikTok and some of the other platforms too. All right, so let's take a look at this one right here. All right, how to make YouTube videos more discoverable. Bam, if I click on that, let's see what happens. Okay, boom, check this out. My video is showing right up here in the AI overview once again. And then if you scroll down, okay, let's keep going all the way down here. Bam, there it is right there. Let me check the shorts video category to see if it's there. Okay, so it's not there. So as you can see, I've shown you different types of content, right? You saw short content showing up. Also, you probably didn't notice this, but those two shorts that I showed you, the how to make your videos more discoverable, and also the other one, those are actually AI. So that kind of debunks anybody talking about AI videos don't actually rank as well, all right? So let's go ahead and go throughout this process. It's a 6-step process that's going to teach you like some of the core principles of why your YouTube videos will rank on Google and some of the processes that I use to be able to do that. All right, so pillar number 1 when it comes to ranking YouTube videos on Google is you have to actually isolate a single primary search term. So what does that actually mean? So if you look at the visual representation I got right here, right, we got the incorrect and we got the correct. So I'm gonna break this down using our mind. So most of us, we have a lot of things that we got to do. But what happens is when we think about all of those things, it becomes very difficult for us to actually go and do one thing and actually focus and do well in that one thing, right? So think about ranking your videos on Google in the same way. So let's say I got this video right here and I got all of these keywords that I'm trying to optimize for. That's what those arrows stand for, just so you're aware, right? Now, it's going to take Google and YouTube a lot longer to understand what my video is about if I got all of these keywords smashing at it, right? But going back to the mind, if I got not a lot of things on my mind, like I've cleared my mind and I'm only going to focus on this one thing that I got going on, although we still got other things, but I'm going to laser in on that one thing, it's going to come out a lot better, right? So in this case, we want to just send one arrow, which is one keyword, and we want to optimize specifically for that one keyword to start this process off. And the key word here is the beginning. right? That's the only time we're doing this. In the beginning, when we first upload the video and we release it, we want to release it optimized around one keyword. And then as it starts to pick up and YouTube understands our video better, then we can start to add more relevant keywords to it so we can continue to expand from what we're doing. All right, so pillar number 2 is title and description alignment. And the way that this works is I want you to think about question and answer platforms like Reddit, Quora, Yahoo, all the different ones, right? On those platforms, they have people that are asking questions, and then they have people that are replying to the questions that those people have, right? I want you to think about your title and your description the same way. Your title is the question that people are asking, which it is, and then you now want your description to be the answer to that question, right? So typically when somebody tells you to write a description or they're teaching you, they say, give it like an overview in the description. No, you don't want to do that in this case because Google is all about intent and they care about the direct solution. So if you treat it like the question and you actually answer the question, it creates instant alignment. And that's what we want. And that also relates back to what I talked about earlier, where you're optimizing first around one keyword to get Google to understand what your video is about. This is extremely important. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a live example on my channel, a description that is written in that exact way. And I also got a free tool that's going to literally automate the process for you so you can write descriptions in this exact way. All right, so let's take a look at this video right here. So the title of this video is how to get access to advanced features on YouTube. That's the keyword that we're trying to rank for, right? So now if I scroll down here to the description part, let's look at how this description is written. All right, so in this tutorial, you'll learn how to get access to advanced features on YouTube, starting with the verification of your phone number. You'll progress through enabling intermediate features such as custom thumbnails, longer videos, and live streaming. These are all things that I actually talked about in the video. So it's like I'm giving the answers to it, but I'm compressing everything, but including everything. Hopefully that part right there makes sense. If you actually watch this video right now, you're going to see that a lot of these words that I said in the video are actually here in the description. And then right under you see chapters. Now we're going to get into chapters a little bit later as we get into the video, but I just want to real quickly show you, like, you have to actually create the actual answer in the description instead of giving like an overview in the description. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you over to the free tool I created that's going to show you exactly how to automate the process of writing your descriptions just like this. All right, so what you see right here in front of you is called YouTube Mini Answer Description Engine. All right, so this is the custom GPT that I built that's going to allow you to write your descriptions in the exact way that I just showed you. All right, so what we're going to do first is we're going to go over to our YouTube video that we want to write the description like. All right, so I'm going to go to this video called How to Share Your YouTube Channel Link. I'm going to copy the video link here. I'm going to go over to a website called youtube-transcript.io. All right, so this is what the site looks like. All I'm going to do, paste my YouTube video link right there, extract the transcript, boom, you see it's pretty fast. And all we're gonna do now is I'm gonna click these 3 dots, I'm gonna hit download, and I'm gonna keep include timing on there. This is very, very important. And then I'm gonna hit download transcript. All right, so now all I'm gonna do, save this to my computer, and I'm gonna open it up. All right, so here we go. So this is the entire transcript right here. So all I'm gonna do is copy this and I'm gonna go over to the tool. Okay, so first thing it's gonna ask you, all you gotta do is just click here. It's gonna ask you for the primary keyword that you want to rank for. All right, so we know, and I probably should have did this first, I'm gonna just copy the keyword because this is the exact keyword that I went after. Now, if I go back over here, I'm gonna paste the keyword in here like this, I'm gonna hit enter, and then it's gonna ask you to put your entire transcript for your video in. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back over here. Matter of fact, I'll just go back to my screen. All right, so here we go. So here's the one, I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. I'm gonna then come back over here, and I'm gonna go right here and I'm gonna paste the transcript in just like that. Now remember, this is the one with the time codes in it. It's important that you do this. So it says How to share your YouTube channel link the right way so people open your channel directly inside the YouTube app instead of a mobile browser where they are not logged in. By using a deep link created with URL Genius, your shared channel link sends viewers straight into the YouTube app, allowing them to subscribe, like, and comment without extra steps. All right, so it literally gave them the answer, even told them the tool in there, it answered the question. And then on top of that, since we gave it the transcript with the actual time codes, it wrote it in the exact style that I use consistently. So boom, why most shared YouTube channel links are wrong. What happens when links open in a mobile browser, and so on all the way down there. All the person has to do is just literally copy and paste that in their description, and they're good to go when it comes to ranking. Okay, so pillar number 3 is to have accurate captions and transcripts. Now this part is very, very important, so you want to pay close attention. All right, so right now I'm looking at one of my videos, and how do I get to the captions section? So I want to go right over here to where it says languages. I then want to click on this pencil right here. Now, when I click on this pencil, you're going to see this screen pop up, and then you see I have the automatic subtitles on this one, but I don't have the manual subtitles. Now, the manual is what I'm going to recommend because those are going to be a lot more accurate than the auto, because sometimes the autos will mess up your primary keyword, and it's not doing it intentionally. But what happens is we all have different ways that we talk, and when we say things, it doesn't pick up as accurate, right? So this is why it's important to go in and make sure that your primary keyword, your brand name, your actual name, all of these things are there, because it's not going to benefit you if the words aren't actually spelled right. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on automatic, and I'm going to hit duplicate and edit. All right. So it gives me everything that I said in the video. So all I do to simplify this process is I built another custom GPT. So all I do is literally copy all of this stuff right here. I go over to my YouTube transcript cleaner. I drop my transcript right in here just like this, bam, and then I just hit enter. Now, I've trained this to actually do this in a very good way that really, really works for me. And typically what it does is it writes it all out, and then it tells you all the changes it made. So it went from A/B testing, and then it actually put A/B testing 90 day to this 90 day. So you can see the changes that it's making, right? So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all of this right here, because I trust my tool, because I built it in a specific way to actually handle this stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this, and I'm gonna go right over here, erase all of that, and I'm gonna put mines in, and then all I'm gonna do is hit publish. And then now when I go back there, you can see I have the automatic, but then I also have a manual one that is accurate captions. And that is how simple it is to literally get your captions to where YouTube can now understand your video. Remember, I keep saying that because it's important for them to understand what your video is about very, very quickly. All right, so pillar number 4 is you want to synchronize your vocals with on-screen visuals. And this is very, very simple to do. Let me show you. So right here is a video of mine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit play. And then once it gets to that, I'm going to break down what I actually did. Framework number 1 is what would they learn plus your first name. So for example, if I'm teaching video editing. Okay, so let's stop right there. So as soon as I said the words video editing, I immediately put somebody editing a video, and I added the on-screen text to give even more context. So now YouTube and Google have these complex softwares that allow them to know what you're saying with the transcript. They can see what's happening in the video. They have the context from everything that I'm giving it, right? The goal, remember, is to get YouTube to understand what your video is about very, very quickly. So let me show you another one, another way you could do it. I might name my channel Premiere Video Editing with Rakeem, or Final Cut Pro Mastery with Rakeem, or Hiking Adventure. Okay, there it is right there. As soon as I said the word hiking, now you don't have to match it up to the T, but when you're talking about the thing, you want to make it appear on the screen. Or if you're doing a step-by-step video and you show each step of you actually doing the thing, this is going to help give more context to YouTube and Google, so that way they can start to continue pushing your stuff out and really creating true alignment. All right, so pillar number 5 is to structure your YouTube video with chapters. Now, earlier in the video, I showed you my custom GPT that does that for you, right? You don't even have to worry about how to actually do it. It's going to take care of it for you. Now, with that being said, I want you to kind of think differently about chapters. Most people won't use chapters because they say something like, hey, if I put chapters on my video, people are just going to skip to those specific parts that are valuable to them. That's a good thing, right? It's still showing a good sign to YouTube that they like specific sections of your video, so there's still value there. But the thing that I think people miss about that is you're giving more context to YouTube about what your video is about. And remember what I said earlier, the quicker you actually do that, the quicker they can show your stuff to your specific target audience, which is very, very important, especially if you're a business owner out here, growing your personal brand. That's key. Getting in front of the people that matter. And so that's why we started this off with optimizing for one specific keyword in the beginning so we can do what the goal is, which is to get them to understand your video. So let's move on to pillar number 6. So pillar number 6, and this is the most important because I talked a lot about metadata and things that you're mostly in control of, right? The thing that you're not really in control of, but you can be a little bit more in control, not completely, is viewer behavior. Right? So viewer behavior in itself is key because you can do everything right when it comes to metadata and all of that stuff. But I guarantee you, if you don't get the words I would use are structuring, right? How you structure your videos, how you actually come across on camera. Like all of those things start to matter when we're talking about viewer behavior. Like what are people doing when they watch your YouTube video? Are they clicking the like button? Are they sharing it to other people? Are they leaving comments, right? These are actual actions that YouTube is looking for. And if they're not seeing those actions, or if they're seeing negative actions, like let's say for instance, somebody is searching on Google, they find your video and they click on your video and they leave in less than 30 seconds. Google is looking like, oh no, this content is not the best result that we should be showing here. But if they find your video on Google, they start watching, they're like, oh, this is great. They start engaging and going throughout the process. Google is like, oh yeah, we need to reward this. And that's pretty much what you see is happening with a lot of my videos. It's not only ranking on Google, a lot of them are starting to show up on AI as well. Why is that? Because they're extremely relevant. And I focused on what I taught you here in this video. Now, I know this video got a little bit long, but I really hope that it was valuable for you and you take the information that I'm sharing with you and implement it.